It
This
went really
I can
quickly.
imagine that we have been 5 weeks already.
This time really felt fast, even for me. It
You
doesn't usually
see?
feel this fast, but
Why?
yeah,
Why is this time different from others? What do you
that's a
think?
good question. I know that I
Because
don't really know.
that time has been the same.
Right. I don't know. Maybe it's because of like you all have this energy that's so like, I don't know, it's like you're all therapists or something. You're all so calm and so polite and so maybe
The
that's what
others, the others are not calm and polite.
no, it's just a different energy. I don't know how to explain it. I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
No, every class is great, but everyone has different. Like one
Yeah,
group
it's different,
very much
different experience,
they're different
different
experience,
reactions.
different, yeah, exactly. And one group had a lot of younger people and they were out protesting and then they come back to the group and talk about and they protest. So it was like an active energy because they were so much involved in the world and back and back, like
Yeah,
that.
you know, with the election,
There's that part. Yeah.
yeah, the election is terrible. I don't know what's going to happen in the
Yeah.
future.
We're worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask you because I promote the course as, a course that's for emerging and established writers.
Okay.
And although you come across as an emerging writer, you are in fact an established writer in a certain capacity
No, I
because
am not
you're a journalist. You
established.
have the journalism background.
In, uh, I don't think I am established, right?
Okay.
Because I have not promoted my writings
Hmm.
or anyone has read my writings. So why I am going to be established? Well,
So as a
I used
journalist, you
I
didn't.
used to have a very short radio program.
Hmm.
So for that short radio program, that was like a internship. I
Mm,
had to write every day something,
okay.
and I had to write about actual events.
Hmm.
That is the only time that other people has
Okay.
listening
Okay.
to my
Okay. So
writing.
you didn't practice your journalism beyond that in before
No,
in your
because
own country.
after being doing that, and after collaborating with a publisher there,
Hmm. Hmm.
the country the same thing,
Hmm.
finish in turmoil,
Mm.
and I have to leave the country.
Ah, so you didn't get an opportunity to fully
No, no,
experience
no.
yourself as a
Almost
journalist.
no.
But
Between
that
the time I was trying to establish myself as a journalist and the time I had to leave my country is maybe 1 year. So
ah,
1 or 2 years, no more.
yeah. And the country is Peru, right?
Yes, and
Yeah.
always is in constant turmoil since the 60s.
Hmm.
Terrible.
Yeah. So what made you want to take this?
Because I was
Anna? Uh-oh,
speaking
you
with
froze.
Anna. She was
Uh-huh.
my boss,
Mm-hmm.
and she talked to me. Oh, I am attending a writing class. A writing class. I say, "Oh, I want that. And I asked her, no, how it was. She said that she was very happy, very that she
Oh.
will love it, the class. So this is why I was interested.
Mm,
But
yeah.
I I have not heard of writing classes like that, not like
Right.
workshop, short period. I cannot engage myself now for long periods.
Mm. But you did. This was 5 weeks, and we met twice a
This
week.
is not long, this is short, but let's say it's a
Oh.
semester, a
Oh,
complete
I see what you
semester
mean.
of classes.
Hmm.
No.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, you got everything you needed from a year in 5 weeks. Believe it or not,
Mhm.
you're gonna find out. You're gonna see. It feels short, but we have established the foundation. And as you see, what was the turning point for you? Because when we listened to your reading, your writing the last time, Anu and I were like just in awe. So what was a turning point for you?
What do you
When you
mean by
started,
turning point?
I guess when you started to feel more confident, when you started to feel like you had more of a handle on it and you began to flesh out some of the stories that you were working on and it began to flow more, you know?
Well, when
Mhm.
everybody was commenting and I got good reviews, so that made me feel better and more
Mm,
confident on what I was writing. Because I don't
mm.
really like what I was writing. Now I
Mhm.
am liking it a little more.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think it's a process. It's a
Mhm,
process
mhm. And why didn't you like it at first?
because I feel like it was irrelevant, that it was something
Mm.
that was not interesting, but it looks that
Mm.
it is.
Mhm. You made it interesting.
Yeah, but you know, the life of Carlos is more interesting than my writing. That's funny. It's yeah, this is why I wanted to write a book about his adventures, or
Mhm,
many books. It,
mhm,
I
mhm,
think, is for many books, like a
mhm.
serial, a series or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I just love that you grew to like something that you once thought was not that
yeah,
important, not that interesting. And what I want to point out is that even though you say it wasn't that interesting, but yet it was at the top of your head because, when I invite everyone to share what they want to write about, you just share what's at the top of your head. Well, this is what I've been thinking about. So even though you
yes,
said it wasn't interesting, it was still the thing that you put out there, you proposed that you wanted to work on.
yeah. I have the
Yeah.
idea of what I wanted to write about,
Mm-hmm.
and I have been developing the story. But I started at the first class was I started in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
not at the start.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that
not
bothered you.
necessarily what you write has to be chronological. It
Right.
could be
Yeah.
different.
Mm-hmm.
But well, I think that as I develop the story, I can accommodate the timing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, can we do that?
Yes, you can develop the story however you'd like to develop it.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's it's interesting. I like it, and I like to hear the others as well, because I see that everybody has more or less the same lack of confidence. So I am not the only one. Maybe only
Yeah.
very established writers like who is the one that writes only terror books, very well known. Uh, I don't remember his name, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe only very established writers
Mm-hmm.
can think that they are writing well.
Mm-hmm.
New
Mm.
new
That's a good
writers.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, at what point do we start to feel like we're writing well, right? At what point can you sit down and begin to write with confidence to feel like I'm a good writer? So even if this doesn't look good right now, I know that I'm a good writer and it'll be good.
Yeah, what I am totally or definitely is a good reader. I have
Mm,
been always a good reader. I don't like fiction in general, but when it's combined with actual events or true based on true events, I like very much if there is a fiction story
mm-hmm,
in the book.
mm-hmm.
But pure fiction like The Lord of the Rings, even Harry Potter, I don't like this kind of fiction. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good point. Like, we all have,
Yeah, but this is everyone is different, no?
yeah, everyone is different. And just because something's popular and doesn't mean that we have to like it, right?
Yeah.
You have like a lot of courage because coming into the group, I think you even brought up to me about how, by English being your second language, and you feel more comfortable writing in Spanish, your
Of
native language,
course.
right? But you still did it. You went ahead, you took the
Yes, yes.
course.
And I
Yeah.
think that it will be easier to publish anything here in
Mm.
America.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be in English
Yeah.
at the first step. We will
Mm-hmm.
see it after about the Spanish, but I think that it will be much easier to publish here whatever manuscript I am able to provide.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I will need corrections. My English needs to improve and all that, but this is a proofreader, the
Mm-hmm.
proofreading, and the
Exactly.
publisher that, uh, how do you
Will help
say?
out with those things.
Yeah, who
Exactly. A proofreader, the
this is
editor.
their role.
Yep. And even if you decide to self-publish, you can hire people to edit
Yeah,
and
I
be
can
a
hire someone to
copywriter.
help me with the language,
Hmm.
of course.
But you can also hire your editor, your line editor, your proofreaders,
Yeah,
your.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So it's, in Peru, we don't have this kind of help unless you have very good connections and you
Oh,
know
really?
someone. It's not easy there.
So you don't be easy to self-publish. You wouldn't be able to find somebody who's a
I
freelance
think that
editor.
little by little is much better.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
No, hire someone. Yeah, I have friends that probably can help me if I hire them for
Mm-hmm.
the Spanish, let's say, for the Spanish edition,
Mm-hmm.
but not for the English edition. I need an English speaker, and
Yeah.
not only an English speaker, but someone that knows, that has a good English to write.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
Yeah. The other thing is because my original language is Spanish, I tend to use words that in Spanish sounds well, but in English maybe are not so common or are
Right, right.
too sophisticated.
Right.
There are many words in Spanish that only are used in very high level English.
Right. Yep,
So
that's true.
that I didn't realize that until someone told me, I think.
Mm.
And I
Mhm,
I improved my English along the years. Since the moment I came here, I
mm,
had studied English at school
mhm,
all my life. But when I came here,
mhm,
really my English was not so good. So
mm,
I started reading my first, listening to English, watching movies in English and with subtitles in English to
mm.
improve, to improve, to improve. And
Wow.
also reading first newspaper, magazines. And now I read The Economist, which is
Mm.
a big improvement.
Yeah.
They have an English, a wonderful English.
You studied the English language the same way that I study writing.
Yeah.
Analyzing. Whenever I hear people speak, I'm listening to, oh, that could have been said like this, and it would have had this impact. Or whenever I watch or listen to songs, like, oh, I wish they had said this word instead of that word. Or or I'm
Yeah.
watching a movie
And
and
I
I'm like,
am good
how it all
always
fits
in
together.
writing. I am
Studying.
good in writing in any language.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
work in Peru for 10 years with the Swiss Development Cooperation,
Mhm.
and I work in French.
You
And
speak French, right?
yeah, well,
We both speak
I
French.
forgot. It's very
Oh,
difficult for me now to speak, but I understand
okay.
everything because I lost
Okay.
practice.
Okay. It's
But
close to
at that
being.
time when I was working in French,
Mhm.
my boss was a French speaker, of course,
Mhm.
from
Mhm.
the French side in Switzerland, from the French
Mhm.
area. In
Mhm.
Switzerland they speak like three,
Yeah.
4 languages.
Yeah. They're bordered by
And my
Germany,
French
France,
was
Italian. Mhm.
better than his.
Ooh.
The writing, I correct him. You know
Ah.
how difficult is writing in French.
Yeah. French is
And
a
my writing
complicated
was
language.
excellent. My orthograph, everything was
Mm.
very, very, it's easier for me to write than to
Yeah.
speak, even in
Yeah.
Spanish.
Yes. So you have a natural talent for writing,
I
a natural
think that I
skill.
have it as an anecdote. I told you, no, the other day that when I was in a school in my as a teenager, there was
Mhm.
a contest for the Mother's Day. I have to write a composition, and
Mm.
the contest, I won the contest
Ah,
unexpectedly, completely unexpectedly. So I
yes.
won the contest, and they asked me to present the piece in front of the entire school.
Mm.
And I was very, how do you say,
Mm.
I was shamed. I didn't want to.
Oh, you were
At
scared
that
or ashamed?
time, very shy. I didn't want to.
Oh. Mhm.
So to avoid that, I wrote another composition, different one from
Mm.
the first one that has won the contest, with the idea that I was not going to be selected, but I was selected again. So that
Wow.
is so
So you
I
started
have
your writing career like most great writers.
no, because it's not like a passion. That is the thing with me.
Mm.
I think that these people that, for instance, this author, Peruvian author, Nobel Prize, Vargas Llosa, he has in mind to be an author. He wanted to
But
write
you too.
since he was a very young person.
Okay, but you decided to invest
Yeah,
in
but
a course, so obviously you have a passion for it.
I don't think so. That is the thing. I like to
Betty,
write. I like to write, but it's not a passion.
well, Betty, you're always talking about how you're going to publish and
Yeah,
you've
because I have
invested in this
something
course.
like a mission.
A mission versus a passion. That's interesting.
Yeah. The
So you
passion
feel like
passion
the
is that
mission
you
is
like
like,
really something that you cannot put aside. My passion is reading. I always regret not having too much time to read.
well, when you said you wanted to write 2 hours a day and that wasn't enough.
Yeah, that
That's
was
not passion.
well, I had that idea, but at the end I said, no, that is impossible.
But that's because you have another job. If you were retired,
Yeah, yeah,
you would
that's
do
true.
it.
I
I
think
think
that
if
if
you were
I,
retired, you would feel the
yeah,
passion.
I think that if I would have time, let's say the morning, I work part time, I can easily sit in front of my computer for 2 or 3 hours and write. Yes, I can do that.
Do you think that's passion?
No, I don't think it's passion.
Still
That is
not
the thing.
passion. That's
It's
still a mission.
ability. It's ability.
It's just an ability.
Or is it an ability, or is a don? You say don?
Oh, a talent, a
A
skill.
talent that I
Hmm.
have. So, like other people like to sing and they sing very well, or like to dance and they dance very well.
Oh, even if they're
I
not
have the
passionate about
talent
it.
of writing.
Okay, okay. So passion is like something burning, is a burning desire. You don't have
Yeah,
a
that I
burning
have
desire.
to leave everything to do it.
Betty, you are so funny.
Why?
Why? Because why? Why
I
would
am
you invest
funny.
in a writing course if you're
Well,
not?
if I am funny, my brother is super funny.
Oh, I know. I know. I can't wait to hear more of those stories, that just that
Yeah.
love that a sibling has. You
Yeah.
as the sister have for him, and it comes through in that. You know
Yeah.
what else I think is so interesting about our course is that we have a lot of accents in there. We have
Yeah,
you,
that's true.
and then we have the two British sisters, so they have
It's
that
difficult
accent.
for me to understand the British sisters.
I know that was
Really
so funny
difficult.
when you said that. You were like, I can't understand her accent.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
can.
Betty,
And
you have a strong
I am
accent
afraid
too.
that maybe they don't understand mine.
Oh, well, we
You
can,
know what
whenever
is
we're not familiar with the sound, of
Yeah.
someone's
Yeah.
accent, it's hard for us to. And I think that that's so wonderful that we have all the diversity of accents in our group.
Yeah.
And even though it can be challenging at times, we're still able to hear each other and support each other and help each other grow in the
Yeah.
writing.
This is
Yeah.
the good thing I like,
Hmm.
no? Because when you give your writing for others to tell you
Mhm.
how they feel, if they think is interesting or amusing or whatever. It's good that they can tell you that.
That they can say what's strong about it and
Yeah,
what
what's strong, what
what
is
they remember.
missing, not the information that was missing,
Mm,
and you don't think that in the first place. And then, like the other day, they say, "Oh, I would love to hear the conversation with the parents. I would
mhm,
love to hear the conversation with a friend that dropped him at the very last minute."
mhm,
I have been thinking of the
mm,
dialogues.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah.
mm.
So I need this kind of guidance.
Yes. Yes.
This kind of guidance, I think, is very valuable.
Mm.
Mhm.
Well, Betty, I'm really happy that you did it, that you took the course. And I love just how comfortable you are with everyone in the course and you're light,
Yeah, yeah,
buoyant, you have a buoyant spirit, just a lightheartedness
yeah.
about you. And I love
Stephanie is
that.